Good morning. It's Friday, May 29th, and we're going to continue our discussion on action with a prompt from the Daily Stoic, which reads, "What work nourishes my mind?" Now, I vividly remember a conversation that I had many, many years ago with my friends Niall Quaid and Mike McMeekin, in which they were telling me that they had been attending a fitness class at our local gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, my first thought was, I didn't even know that gyms were open that early. And my second thought was, these guys are absolute psychos. Now, flash forward many, many years, and not only have I come to appreciate their discipline with respect to morning fitness, but I've also realized that I'm the one who turns into a psycho without it. Now, I've had plenty of opportunity to experiment and see what happens without exercise early in the morning for me, and the result isn't pretty. On the days when I forego a workout or any physical movement for whatever reason, I can easily spot the emergence of many undesirable mental and behavioral patterns. I feel irritable, unfocused, stir-crazy, more introverted, and less confident. I can also notice carryover into other elements in my life, leaving me feeling less motivated and struggling with self-discipline. In a previous life, I looked to counteract or suppress these feelings with all sorts of unproductive and, in some cases, self-destructive remedies. I hadn't yet come to appreciate that work is therapy. As Seneca wrote, work nourishes noble minds. And now I hold this concept in such high regard that I'll make just about any accommodation when I'm traveling for work, when I'm slammed with meetings, or even when I'm on vacation, just to still get moving, even for a little bit. Oftentimes, that only leaves me with one spot on the schedule available: the early morning hours when nothing else competes for my time and attention, aside from sleep. Now, I'll admit that when I finally made that transition to the dark side of the day, I did it begrudgingly. I resisted it for a really long time. I didn't want to get up at 4 something to go work out, but with then having 2 kids, something had to give, and ultimately, and fortunately, that was my resistance. So 3 years later, and my only regret about my early routine is that I didn't begin it sooner. I remember most of my life telling myself and just about anybody who would listen that I wasn't a morning person. Now, there is some scientific evidence that suggests that people's circadian rhythms do vary a little bit, and that some people are more prone to being early risers and others more suited to be night owls. But for me, I think it was just an easy excuse to enable another very natural human desire: to stay in bed. I mean, just because I've established and love my early morning routine doesn't mean that I don't still feel that on occasion. But when I do, I immediately recall these words from Marcus Aurelius to himself. And I love him so much that even though I've brought them up before, I want to go through them again. And he writes, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? But it's nicer here. So you were born to feel nice instead of doing things and experiencing things?" Now, I'm so inspired and called to action by that tough love that he shows, that no bullshit statement that he makes in his diary. I love that he isn't telling other people what to do, but it's a man writing to himself in his diary, fully aware that at times the devil will appear on the other shoulder, attempting to pull him away from what he knows to be true and good. It's an acknowledgement of what it takes to be our best self, and that is by getting up and doing the work. And through that, the rest of our thoughts and behaviors can fall more naturally into place. Hope you have a great day. Bye.